go.
There you go.
We've gone Premi. Alright, we'll let it go and do its thing. Alright.
That's funny.
Alright, I'm just gonna mute us for a minute and then
Yep.
we'll get back onto this and I'll be
It's
back
all
in a
good.
second.
It's all
Alright.
good.
Talk to you in a minute.
All right.
is good. This is really clunky. G'day, guys. Welcome to the ℂ𝔸𝕃𝕃𝕀ℕ𝔾 podcast again. Hope everyone's going well. Hope everyone's well and doing good things and whatnot. So wherever you are, and say g'day in the comments there. Let us know where you're listening from and whatnot. Been a while since I've been on here, so things are going to be a little bit clunky, of course. And I'm using a new, well, not really new. It's an old one I've used before, but it's getting the hang of it again there, and it's still a little bit clunky, especially going from the ease of old StreamYard and Zoom and all that. So this one's a bit more hands-on, a bit more manual work on this one, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. But it's only $10 a month instead of bloody $60 a month, trying to do all the streaming platforms. So anyway, back to budgeting. Anywho, look, guys, thanks for joining me again tonight. It's bloody awesome having you back here. But we've got an awesome show lined up for you tonight where we're going to be talking about the Cardwell UFO Festival up in far north Queensland. Beautiful little town there. It's absolutely magical area. It's only a tiny little town, but you know what? It's in a prime little spot there. It's like, I really think of retirement there when I'm older. You know, I might get up there one day. Anyway, we've got Thea here. She's the organiser of the whole Cardwell UFO Festival there, which I think is now called the Australian UFO Festival. Which is, yeah, absolutely great. So congratulations on that. So, yeah, welcome, Thea. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting me on. That's great.
It's my pleasure. So, look, I was up there on the 10th anniversary for the Cardwell UFO Festival in 2023, I think it was. It would have been, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
yep.
23, yeah.
It was an absolutely amazing event. You know, got to meet so many people, listen to so many people's experiences and that, and, like, you know, get to mingle with everyone there. And just the whole festival itself, like, you know, it just went so well and clean, and like there was no real hiccups. There was, I don't know what it was from the background, but you know, behind the doors there, but you know, from outside it looked absolutely awesome. And it was great fun. Like, you had the you know, the Saturday Night Live bands going on there, and it was absolutely ripper of a time. So yeah, look, I gotta say thank you for having us up there. You know, it was absolutely awesome there. But tell us, what do we got lined up this year?
So this year we're following the same format as we always do, and each year we try and add just something extra onto the program. So this year we've opened. So do you want me to sort of go through the program of the weekend for people that aren't sure about the festival? Okay, so so I think most people understand, but some people probably don't. The festival actually has two components to the festival. So we have fun and quirky, where, like you said about the foreshore party, there's a band and kids get dressed up. We have, you know, costume parties and just have a great time, a lot of fun. So that's the sort of fun and quirky side of things. And then we have a component of the festival that is for people that have a genuine interest in the unexplained, and that's where the forum, the 2-day forum, comes in. But this year we've also opened it up that if anybody wants to run workshops themselves, because feedback we've been getting over the last few years, and which is something I've always wanted to include in the festival weekend, is that people can sort of own a little section themselves of the festival and have a little workshop where they can invite people in, whether it's you know, an artist workshop, or it's delving more deeper into what experiences they have had that they'd like to have more of a more intimate setting, with just, you know, a limited number of people rather than the whole forum room. And then we've added some more tours. They went off really well. We've only run those for 2 years, and this will be our 3rd year of running tours. So we've got our little tour that just goes up around the back of Cardwell, taking people to places where there has been experiences. And we're still working, hopefully, we're going to be able to get our tour going to the Tully Nests, you know, down at ℂ𝔸𝕃𝕀ℕ𝔾 there. Yeah, we're fingers crossed. There's just a few little loopholes we've got to get through there. And then there is another tour which I don't want to sort of say yet in case it doesn't go off. So we're just sort of holding that one a bit close to our chest, but hopefully that's all going to happen. The tickets for those tours, we're going to release them soon because they sell out so quickly. So we'll release that ticket sales soon so that we know whether or not we actually need to, or if we've got the capabilities of putting more of those tours on.
Yeah, no, that's
and hopefully awesome. Hopefully the forum, we're starting to get speakers coming in now, so hopefully the forum will grow from a 2-day to hopefully maybe even a 3-day this year, so the Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, because on the 10th anniversary one, you actually had all 3 days, didn't you?
Yes, yeah. So I'd really I'd really like to keep that momentum going. My big vision in years to come is that it's actually a forum, like a whole week of a forum.
Oh wow, that's ambitious.
That's my big dream.
I like it. Yeah, that's very ambitious. But no, look, it's absolutely awesome what you do here. Like, because like as you mentioned last time we spoke, there, like it's the only the only UFO festival in Australia, and which is
Yep.
crazy. Like you'd think somewhere else would be doing something like you get
Yeah,
conventions and that, but it's not an actual festival where it's actually
yeah,
trying to celebrate the actual whole phenomena,
yeah,
which is
yeah. And the idea of rebranding. So I had dreams of having the new website ready. It's being worked on at the moment, but we're still just going to be this year. We're still everything can be found on the Cardwell UFO Festival website, which I'll be updating after we finish here. I'll be
yep,
updating that with all the new links and everything. So we'll be pushing that out. And with the idea of, and this is another massive big dream of mine with the Australian UFO Festival, is that I'd really like to do like a road show,
oh yeah,
like going around Australia, just with some components of the festival that move around
yeah.
Australia. Yeah, so that's big vision.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
no, that'd be awesome. I was about to ask you, like, are you gonna try and plan on like locating around different
yeah,
areas and
yeah,
that'd be
yeah.
cool.
So that'll just be where the interest comes in. We'll have to see, and the being realistic as to you know moving around because it does take a lot of manpower.
Oh, absolutely. Like, yeah, like I think you cancelled last year because you
Yeah,
didn't have the volunteers and the
unfortunately,
manpower
yeah,
for it.
that was a very very hard decision. But the reality was that my husband and I, we couldn't be all over the weekend in every part of it. I would have loved to have been able to put it on, but yeah, it was yeah, it was a bit sad not having the continuation of those years, especially coming out from the 10-year.
Yeah.
But anyway, this year's going to be fine. We'll be right.
No, that's good. That's glad it's worked out because like I was sort of thinking like is it going to be a thing that's not going to happen anymore, or is it like just going to be that
No,
it is that it for
no,
the
no,
whole
no,
thing?
no. That's not it. It's not it. It's still here. And another thing too is we're working with a couple of people about because we rely very heavily on sponsorship and donations
Yeah.
because we actually don't. Even though we have the tours and the forum and the party at night, we still want to keep it within. I mean, cost of living these days is insane, and I really want to be able to keep the festival in something that's affordable for people.
Yeah.
To bring their family and to meet up with each other. Sometimes it's only that once time in the year where people actually meet up with each other. So we want to always be able to keep it affordable. So we need to look at different revenue streams. So we're looking at merchandise,
Yep.
which is something we really haven't looked at previously, but I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and get a line of merchandise, which we've got a very good graphic designer on at the moment that's designing a few shirts and things for us. So hopefully that'll be released very shortly as well.
Ah, wonderful. That's awesome. That's great news.
Yeah.
No, look, I suppose like you got to try and do what you can to try and keep it alive, and going. And like I think what you've done so far over the years there with the budget you've been working on is like it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. Like especially just for like a small little town, how much like the town actually even gets involved, and
Yeah.
it's absolutely really wonderful. You don't really know and realize it till you sort of go there yourself. And you're like, holy shit! Like the whole town here gets involved, and they actually have an
Yeah.
absolute ball. This
Yeah.
whole subject that's supposed to be taboo to the rest of the world. This little town's like, yeah, no, we're taking it. We're going. We're running with it. We're gonna
Yeah.
absolutely enjoy it. So it's like it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. I think I mean you would probably see this over the years. People are becoming more open
Yeah,
to sharing their experiences. Because I mean, I know when I was a child and my parents would talk about different things that they had seen, it was you really were very careful who you would talk those topics with,
yeah,
because you could very very easily be labelled. And I think another really good thing is with technology is that when people do experience things or see things, um, they can be investigated, and then if it happens to be a satellite or whatever it is, that's also very helpful. I
Yeah.
think it's really good. I think it's really, really good. And I like to, when people do say that they've seen things or experienced something, and then it's proven, you can prove, that it was actually like something human. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
Yeah, because that's pretty much all I'm about. Like, I'm always open to the idea that people are seeing something there, but you have to be really analytical, critical, logical, and everything that you see, and try to understand something first before you go and say, "Hey, no, it's 100% alien." It's like, whoa, hang on, it could be a satellite or a plane, and like I'm sure the people who've been listening to the show, they're like, I'm very passionate on trying to find out what something is first before we go and start calling the alien card out.
Yes.
As much as I'd love to, and like, hey, you've got 100% genuine bloody alien here, but sorry, hang on. There's a few things here that just aren't quite convincing just yet. So let's just go and, just cooler jets will do it. But so, yeah, look, it needs to have a lot of, trying the word now, but yeah, critical analytic viewership on it, So, but which is good though, and plus, it does have to have the open mindedness because anything's possible in this world at the moment.
Oh,
With everything
absolutely.
that's going on around the world, the government's covering stuff up there, and it's like everything is absolutely possible. So,
and it's it's a great. I think I was talking to my husband about this the other day. I mean, I think everyone, whenever they have happened to have lived in time, probably think it's the best time to be living. Like when you're living, you think it's the best time to be living.
yeah.
But I really think this is a extraordinary time to be living. Like, so many things are being discovered, invented, understood better.
Yeah.
Like even like just the human psyche and the consciousness, and I just think everything's like linked. And it's all sort of coming together now.
Yeah, because if you look at like 60, 80 odd years ago, everyone was very grounded with listen to the government, listen to your religions. Everything was very very tight knit when it come to anything on the outside. Like if it someone saw something strange, no, you don't talk about it. It's otherwise you're shunned upon in the community or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whereas now, social media's taken over. People are talking. They're getting a lot more confident to go and talk about these things. And like you said, some people might see something strange or odd that they don't understand, but it could be something, logical and human.
Yeah.
And, people do make mistakes. The mind plays tricks on you.
It does, yeah.
Your eyes play tricks on you. We're our own worst enemies half the time. But, but we need to sort of still band together and, communicate a lot better instead of just breaking away. Like there's a lot of, what you call it now, tit for tat in the UFO community because some people want to be desperate enough to go and believe that that's 100% UFO. It's like, well, hang on, no, we need to go on. We want to see if this is actually genuine. Now we need the information, like times, dates, locations, and tell us what it did. People aren't there to go and see it with you, so you need to go and tell everyone, absolutely every small little bit of detail there to go and make your encounter sound more genuine or be more genuine, which is good.
And that's also one thing that I've always tried for the forum to be, is that it's a non-judgmental space. Where people have the confidence to actually open up and be listened to. So that's at the very beginning, the very, very first festival that we did, the forum only went for, I think it was half a day on the Saturday. It wasn't. It may have gone for maybe just after lunch. But the whole thing was open mic. It was just people sharing experiences. And then sort of over the years, we've sort of got to just having speakers. But what I'd really like to do is bring that open mic session back in. But we just need to make sure that that's very well managed. We just need to. I don't want to bring it back in without it being really well managed.
That's fair enough.
Because I don't want people. Because sometimes when you give people a platform and they've never spoken before, it just all comes out. So I just want to make sure that everyone has the support that because you don't know what it can bring up with people. So I just want to make sure that we're covering everyone's bases and making sure that everyone's looked after.
Yeah, and that's why the part I love about talking with people on the podcast and that, like, because people are a little bit reluctant to go and talk about these things there,
Mm.
but when they start talking, they're like, it just comes out like word vomit, and they're like,
Yeah,
whoa, wow.
yeah,
I'm like, this is all coming out, and then afterwards, like, you go, look, how are you feeling? Like, you all right? You good? You're like,
mm,
wow, I feel so
yeah.
much better.
It's a
I
relief.
feel lifted and relieved. Yeah, it's like that's good. Look, because what you've experienced there can be quite traumatizing, and the best thing to do is talk about it, even if you do
Yeah,
feel it's like a little bit scary, or some people might judge you there, but obviously find the right people to talk to, and
mm,
and especially like
mm,
when you come to a UFO festival like yours, we got hundreds of like-minded people who want to go and listen to
yeah,
your story. And like I said, there'll be like no judgments, because people are like
yeah,
either trying to work out what is on, like, going around the world, like what's this happening, trying
yeah,
to work out their own thing there, or they can relate to go on how you're feeling, and then they're the people to go and talk to.
yeah,
So
yeah.
because like
Hey,
then you can really connect then.
yeah, one thing what you just said then about what's going on around the world. What's your thoughts on this whole Egyptian pyramid? What's underneath the pyramids thing?
I love that. Look, I think a lot of the stuff, even including the Egyptian pyramids, that I think it's a lot of ancient civilizations that were well and truly thousands of years before us.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
the Egyptians have just wandered across it and gone, "Hey, we'll take that. We'll do something with
Mm,
it." And because like it's a totally different architecture,
yeah.
that the compared to what the Egyptians were using. Like I'm the wrong person to talk this, because I got a memory like a sieve or a
Mm.
goldfish, and trying to come up with technical terms. Is like just the brickworks and how they've done things, and like
Yeah.
even built the pyramids there. None of it makes sense to how these Egyptians, like thousands of slaves or whatever, it would take
Mm.
them like tens of thousands of years to even build that. And just the way they've cut these blocks out and stuff like, it doesn't make sense to the technology that they claim they had back in those days.
Yeah. It's just
So
amazing.
yeah,
I've always been fascinated how the technology or the understanding of how not even just the pyramids, but a lot of ancient
yeah,
civilizations, how that information has been lost over the centuries.
that's
It's
probably one of the biggest mysteries of it all.
it's just incredible. It's almost like, and here we go. It sounds a bit tinfoil hatty, but it's almost like there's like a memory erosion.
Yeah.
You know, it's just bizarre that information can like of that can be lost.
Mm. Well, when you think about it though, like the way that the world sort of has spoken through geological sort of events, you can see like we've had massive floods, and you had ice
Yeah,
ages and stuff like that. And then so like obviously there must have been some world cataclysm or something like that's
yeah,
wiped out whatever.
mm,
And then so whatever remaining humans have, like either they've escaped on ships or whatever, or they managed to survive the cataclysm. When you think about it, they might have known about the technology then, but they probably couldn't
it
have
was.
rebuilt
Yeah,
it, or try and replicate it. And then obviously
yeah,
as the as we continue to grow back into a civilization again, those ancient technologies get lost from the grandparents.
yeah, yeah,
So
and mm, so maybe we're on. We're coming back onto the peak of it. I say like intelligence. We're just getting back to,
yeah,
maybe not. I think we've got a fair way to go, but getting back up there.
yeah.
Mm,
Oh, just done like a totally different kind of way of technology, how we are now
yeah,
compared to what they did back in those days. It's one of those things like, where did we go from
yeah.
that? Yeah.
Well, I guess if you think about it, there was such a massive, maybe natural disaster, something, we'll just say
Mm,
natural disaster, that wiped, the majority of the population of humans out. You just think if we come crawling out of some rubble, you'd have to start from absolutely nothing,
yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yep. Yeah.
Like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Mm,
And like you could even have your mobile phone on you right now, and something happens, we lose power,
mm.
we lose the satellites, everything there. Your phone's no good to you.
No,
So,
no.
like, what are you gonna do with it? So,
Yeah,
whether that happens with them as well, who knows?
yeah, yeah. And we've become reliant.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
Absolutely, we do. So,
yeah. But yeah, I just found that whole when they say they've found those structures under the pyramids, I thought that was quite interesting. But I honestly haven't had a good enough look into it, and I don't understand that technology to even have an opinion, really.
Yeah, that's fair enough. The part that frustrates me more than anything, though, is like, yeah, they got their touristy spots around the pyramids and that, but they also have areas there where they don't allow the public to go.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why can't we look at that? Why can't that be open to the public? What's so secretive and hidden about that little thing over there that we can't look? Like, are you hiding something? Is there something that's going to go and go, hey, all this our civilization of Egypt building all these pyramids is actually a lot full of shit, But are they going to get caught out and change the perspective of humanity?
It is interesting that it's remained like that.
Yeah.
For as long as when they discovered the pyramids, like no one's even decided that maybe it's time now we could open up what we have out the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
right. Show, it is. There is obviously something that is that their feel is of concern for the masses to know.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it wouldn't be hidden.
That's right, and that's where a lot of everyone's like annoyed with a bit of a government control or something's in the background. They're controlling us just to be committed to our phones, every night and just doom scrolling and stuff like that. So we're not aware of what's actually happening around us.
That is. It is, isn't it? I really think. I mean, there are people like us who understand that, but there's a mass majority of people that have no idea that they're just living this regurgitated day in, day out, every day. And I think one thing that I tell a lot of people to do is, just pick one question a day.
Yeah.
And just one question a day and ask about anything, just anything that you don't know about. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be about UFOs or aliens, but just ask a question to learn something every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say something then, but now I've forgotten what it is.
Sorry, I got you off track.
Right. Yeah, no, that's fine. It was actually in relation to it all, because nearly every single country in the world has their own sort of ancient mysteries there of how these things happen and how these things were built. I've got Jane here saying Gympie Pyramid there and Gosford Glyphs. And I think, Jane, you were there last time we were talking with Triff, talking about the Gympie Pyramid, and I think there was not much to find there. But Gosford Glyphs are very interesting. Because I'm not sure if you know about the Gosford Glyphs?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether they are genuine or not is another thing. That's,
Oh, I've got a friend. She's moved here to Kabul quite a few years ago, and she visited them, and she said, Have you visited down there?
I've been past there.
Yeah, and she said she was welcomed in by the local Indigenous group that is down there, and she said that she was actually taken, to some area, and she said there's an incredible energy. She could feel it, and I did ask her what she thought of what it is that people, because there's some little like statue-y things, isn't there? As well as the structure?
No, not at the Gosford one. No, they're just in stone. Yeah.
No, because she was taken there somewhere because she's got the photos of it, and she said that it's definitely not recently man-made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Triff from Unlocking the Code, he went down there too as well. Check it all out, and I think they've bulldozed half of that now as well.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, what the hell? But
yeah.
But yeah, he's quite convinced that they're actually genuine.
Yes. Yeah. That's what my friend said. She said they're very, and when they were destroying them, that was only a few years ago, wasn't
it?
Yeah. She got quite upset about it actually, because she said that they're that they are very special, and She said they're definitely not a new creation. That they are quite old.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, Jane, I'm going to try and get Evan and Stephen on at some point there. I met them at the UFO Festival there in 2023, and yeah, nice bloke. I'm going to talk to him a little bit there, but hoping to get him on the show there at some point. What else got protected? Critters from space weather. Not sure what that one's referring to. Hidden others, no. We are given a false history. Absolutely, we are. That's from Lou Celeste. Mish is saying maybe we need to activate it, the ancient technology. I think in our, somehow figure out how it come about.
There is there's always been and I do believe it too. It's about vibration.
Yeah.
And music and vibration are pretty powerful.
Yeah, I actually just got a comment here from Juliet saying frequency, and then she's saying giants have probably built the other pyramids, I'm guessing.
Well, it could possibly have been.
Yeah, I'm not against the theory. It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's running. I'm not a fan of Peter Slattery. Unfortunately, sorry there, Juliet. I'm not a fan of him at all. The contractors blew up the roof of the rock at the glyphs, but the rest is still okay. So okay. They've done They've done a bit of damage there, and the Gympie pyramid there, that wasn't really a pyramid to say as such. There was no real evidence there, but they have cut it in half apparently. Well, they have, and now they've got the Gympie bypass there.
Oh, the bypass. Okay, I'm going to say, what was the purpose of that? Okay, it was the bypass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mish is saying something big is coming. Look, they've been saying that for a long time now with something big is coming. And yeah, we just keep getting drips and drabs. I thought with David Grush coming forward there saying he's got information and stuff like that. And, come up with his... he went on the Congress there and come forward with all his information there.
Yeah.
And nothing's happened to him. Like, if he was lying or he got found that he was lying, he should be in jail right now, which he's not. So either they're not going after him or, everything he's saying is true.
Yeah. Yeah. This, something big is coming.
Yeah.
Something big is coming. I don't know. You start to get a bit worn down with it.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't something big coming, but I don't understand. I've been hearing something big's coming since I was 4 years old.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so that's like 50 years I've been hearing something big's coming. And I'd love something big to come. And I'm always on the lookout for it. Yeah. But I think, I think if people have information, it's time to bring it out.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's where I was hoping David Grush, and we've got this other guy, Jake. I can't think of his name is now. But yeah, another guy. There are a few odd people here, like Lou Elizondo, where he was meant to be our main guy for bringing out stuff. He was meant to be in behind the scenes pretty tightly. Obviously, can't talk about a lot of things, but you'd think being in that position, you'd be able to go and drip feed here and there to some people. They go, "Hey, look, try and leak this out for me," and without trying to lose his position, obviously. Yeah. Or just go, bang. Here they all are. Everything here, the name, where to look, all this sort of shit, and yeah, do some jail time. I don't know. Take the sacrifice. It just needs to be happening.
Yeah. I think. I mean, look, we have. I think we're. Well, obviously, I think we're further ahead than than we were from when I sort of probably had my first. Well, the first experience I had was when I was would I've been 7 or 8, probably 8 or 9 years old, and I think I'm just thankful that we've got to a point where people feel confident to talk.
Yeah.
That actually feel confident to share their experiences, because the more people that do that, the more pieces of the puzzle we can put in.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
place. Yeah. And like you say, everyone, you and I could experience the same thing, but we will describe it very differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we need more people to share their experiences so it can all, everything can come together.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like we got Lou Celeste saying like, why wait for someone big to come along? We are all disclosing to each other, which is true.
Yes,
We are in a
absolutely.
absolute
Yep. Yep.
degree. Um, Too cool for Banshees saying it's already begun. Juliet saying, are we referring to the Great Awakening? Yeah, I'd say it's an
Yeah.
awakening for sure. But I've also noticed that we are becoming a lot more awake and aware of what the governments are doing and that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
But then we're getting a little bit too indulged in it and thinking everything is a conspiracy now. And then we get really involved in oh no, the government could be doing this and the government could be doing that, and people just go and grab hold of that and they run off with it, and you know,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what your thoughts are on when you got chemtrails and stuff like that, cloud seeding and whatnot. It's like, to me, people are probably going to disagree with me or agree with me. I don't care, but not every single airliner going over is doing a chemtrail. You do have the atmospheric temperatures and stuff like that, and the jet fuel and fumes and that create an exhaust, and it does freeze
Yeah.
up in the atmosphere and it creates a massive long contrail. It's not chemtrails, it's just a contrail, condensation
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah. You are correct, but there is actual weather
Oh yeah,
manipulation.
absolutely, yeah,
There,
100%.
yeah, that actually does happen. But you are correct. It's not every single thing that we see is a
Yeah,
chemtrail.
no, that's right.
But it is definitely, and I've always been someone, and I will say this till my dying day, is that Mother Nature, she knows best.
Oh yeah,
And if
sure.
we think we can change weather, I don't know what human being thinks that they have, the power, and that they think that's all going to be okay. The end result of that is not going to be good.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
might be a short-term fix. It might help in a few things, but in the long term, I've always said about Mother Nature, if you're going to give her a haircut, you have to maintain her haircut.
That's right. Mish saying contrails disappear. Not always true. So if you have a very low atmospheric temperature and pressures, the contrail will stay there. How do you think clouds stay? Otherwise, they'll be disappearing all the time. It gets to that freezing point there where clouds start developing, and that's why the contrails are developing and staying there for so long. And then you also got winds and stuff like that to take account too. There's a lot more into it. But then
Yeah.
Julie's saying 100% frequency clouds here today, chemtrails yesterday. Well, fair enough. Mother Gaia knows best.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, there's a lot there, but you just can't go and just run off with every single conspiracy. There's a lot of information to it. Everyone was going off with the bloody flat Earth there at some stage, or one stage there. And then they sound convincing, but then some points it got debunked.
Yeah. The one thing I was always fascinated with the flat Earth. I mean, I will listen to anyone, and I will listen to everything.
Yeah.
And I won't. I'll take everything on board. I'll take everything on board, and I'll just work it, out at my own time. And the one thing I got really disappointed with the flat earthers was that every time I'd ask a question, all I ever got was no answer.
Yeah.
And you're a globehead. It was just straight up. I got into these groups, and I was just genuinely asking questions, genuinely asking, and just the barrage of, do your own research, you globehead, and I was like, well, this is my research. I'm asking questions.
Yeah, you need to bounce off each other and get opinions of what your theories are.
Yeah, and look, I was open. I was open to it. I was open if it's a flat Earth. We've been misguided all of these centuries, and it's actually flat. Yeah, bring it on. Tell me, show me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting held up by a big muscly man on the turtle or whatever it is, or an elephant.
I did have and this this is quite a vivid dream I had when I was a child, and I know, dreams aren't, you can't, use dreams as factual, but I remember having this dream, and the flat Earth map.
Yeah.
There's the flat Earth map of where we are, but you've seen the extended flat Earth, like past the ice wall.
I've seen
with the
something,
other.
yeah.
Yeah. So when I was really young, I had this dream that that's how things were, and I remember it was, well, in my little child mind, I thought it was quite some time that I believed that was reality. But it was probably for a week. It might have been for a week until my father explained to me about where we sit in the universe. Yeah, so I'm always open to listening.
Yeah.
To theories for sure. But yeah, that was one thing that, I mean, I don't know if anyone else has had that experience with flat Earth, but yeah, that was really crazy times.
Yeah, it still is. Like, they're still there. But I just love it how, like, every time they try to do something there to go and prove the Earth is flat, it's backfired on them.
Yeah.
Like, there's one guy there, like, they've gone out, like, I don't know, a few Ks away from each other. One guy's holding a light, one other guy's holding, like, a telescope or something like that.
Yep.
And, it's like, oh, by rights, if the Earth is flat, I should be able to see his light at the other end there. Obviously, couldn't see it. He goes, oh, look, just raise it up above your head there.
Well, you
Next
can't
minute,
that,
it's like, oh, look, now it's there. So the curvature of the Earth is proven. It's like, it's there. And I think a guy built his own rocket as well, and he went up there and killed himself and proved that it was still round. It's like, oops.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I was going with that story about my dream. So, and that was and I still do believe this with that there is more under the ocean than what we know.
Oh shit, yeah.
Absolutely, there is more under the ocean, and that was in my little brain. That was how they weren't coming from above; it was coming from underneath and going under the ice wall to the other. Yeah, and but yeah, I think the ocean has some answers.
Oh, absolutely.
In there.
But it's such a lot of area to cover.
It's amazing and scary. I don't. There's a lot. To get down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone blew themselves up there not long ago. They get down there. Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah.
But even if it just shows, obviously different the terrain of Earth. Obviously there's water now where there wasn't water before, and there used to be water. So
yeah. That's absolutely awesome. Like, it's just amazing what's down there and what's to be found down there. Mish is saying flat earthers, a global union. I love that. It's a good pun. 17. I'll just call you Rat Racer. Rat Racer saying, like that Luffy guy. Are you talking about One Piece? I'm not sure. Celeste is saying Discworld like Terry Pratchett. Why does that sound familiar? Terry Pratchett. Who's that? The names, it sounds familiar for some reason. Two Fish, g'day from Perth. We got we don't know as they have lied about everything, says Juliet. Absolutely. Well, almost everything. Mostly everything. There's always been a hidden agenda behind it all.
Well, Antarctica, still there's something there.
Oh yeah. I don't know how true it was, but I was watching a video there a fair while back now. But they reckon there's big tunnels that go through these like caverns and stuff like that. And it's like, well, are they true or real? And it looks like drill holes.
Yes.
It's gonna,
like,
what?
Yeah. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with all those tunnels and things probably about 18 months ago, I think. And then I don't know, I'd veered off. You veer off all over the place. But yeah, there's definitely something with tunnels. There's things going on under the ground that is very secretive.
Yeah. And I think Stephen Greer even came up with something that, like, he had some bloke who apparently used to work down there and knows a bit of stuff. Like, I don't know how true it is. Like, Stephen Greer's a bit unreliable at some parts there. It's like, does he know something or doesn't he? Like, he's another perfect example of, like, he knows something there but doesn't share it out. Like,
it's bizarre, isn't it? They get so far.
Yeah.
Get so far to a point, and then it's just like they're not giving the rest.
Yeah, that's it. Like they hold on and go, oh no, look, well, Stephen Greer, like he's been known to try and monetize off this. So whether he's trying to hold on for money reasons or whatever, and I don't know. I hate the
Yeah,
agenda of what people try to achieve with financial wise out of this sort of stuff.
yeah, and that's and that's that. I'll bring it back to the festival. That's something that we really struggle with the festival because my husband and I and my good close friends that have been helping me for all these years. One thing that I think we've fallen down in is because we're very mindful that we don't want it to be seen to be money making.
Yeah.
And then so we're limiting ourselves really because we're not sort of trying to monetize things because we want it to always be affordable for people to come to because Cardwell's a tiny little town in North Queensland, so it does actually cost people to come here.
It's a long way,
we really understand that it's airfares and there's accommodation costs and there's travel costs of even if you do it on a budget, there's still travel costs of getting here.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that we will never do is try. We're not in it to try and make money. We're in it to get truth. We really want, and it is to give people a safe space to share their experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's sort of like same as me. Like I don't do this for money. I don't really make any money out of this at all. So everything's all like as you guys are doing. Like it's all voluntary. It's your own time. It's your own efforts. And it's a lot of hard work behind it.
Yeah.
And people like think, oh, he's trying to make money out of it. It's like, no, we're not. We really aren't. We're just like, as you said, we're trying to get the truth and trying to be seen as genuine sort of researchers or something.
Yeah. And it does actually, it does cost us our money as well because, it's things that, that I know can help the festival and we don't have the funding. I was like, well, okay, then we'll just, put a bit in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, look, I really do hope, you do get a bigger budget and that, you get a bit more help towards it to try and make it bigger and better, a bit more eventful. Like, obviously, you're going to be open to ideas on how you can make it bigger and better. So,
absolutely. We're open to ideas. We're open to help. We're open to everything.
Yeah. More help, the better, really, because, I'm sure there's only like a handful of you that run around and go and do this.
Yeah, the hard yak of work there is, but it's still, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I love seeing the town come to life.
Yeah.
It's
not the only event that you organise, is it, for there?
No. I run our monthly markets here as well, and we theme each of those.
Yep.
So this Sunday's Mother's Day, so not this. Yeah, this coming Sunday, because today's Sunday, isn't it? Yeah, this coming Sunday. Yes, it's Mother's Day. Everyone remember mum. Remember your mum.
Yeah.
And then after that, we've got the Volks Fest, which is all the combis and
that's. I remember you telling me this last time. That's bloody awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And then in our September one, so then in that's June, July, we've got NAIDOC week. So it ends on NAIDOC week ends on that Sunday for the markets. Then we've got our UFO Festival in August. And then in September, we're actually having, for the first time, we're having a mystic market with all readers and crystals and all that sort of good stuff coming. Yeah. So hopefully that's going to be another one that's going to grow.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. That'll be all right. That's absolutely awesome. Have you thought about trying to sort of collaborate like a bit of a UFO and paranormal sort of thing? Like I know you go just for all the UFO stuff, but I would like to. Yeah, because it sort of broadens a little bit. Like I know myself, like I'm very dedicated to the whole UFO thing myself there, and it's sort of like it doesn't really branch out too much. You're still sort of like stuck in the one genre.
Yeah. No, I think it does complement each other. I think. Yeah,
it does to a degree.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, like you said, we are open to any suggestions and all suggestions. And we want to know. We want to know what it is that people want to see. What do they want to see? What do they want to hear? Yeah, and how they want to experience things.
Yeah, well, I've got one answer for you. Like, they want to see a UFO. So if you can bring a UFO down and, some aliens there saying g'day to everyone, then that'll be great. Thank you.
That is interesting. That is interesting that you say that. I won't say the person's name, but I spent a lot of time in conversation with with one particular guest that we were going to have, and for the 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
And yeah, they said that we had this whole event that they were going to bring in, because apparently he could just bring in UFOs. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I was like, yes. Anyway, I know it sounds silly when I'm talking about it now, but and then luckily I hadn't put anything out because he just ghosted me, just went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, I put a lot of time and effort into that, but that's how it is. These things happen. But yeah, that's the plan. We're the only Australian UFO festival, so if they're going to come and show themselves to the masses, it's Cardwell.
Yeah, please
where
do.
Please come along. Second weekend in August, come and have a party with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we were actually we actually had the ISS go over there on the 10th year anniversary. Not a lot of people saw it, but I saw it and I'm like, hey, look, check this. Bloody ISS, they're flying over there saying g'day and join in on the fun there.
Yeah.
So it was bloody good to see that go through.
Yeah, I should you can't hurt. I might see if I can flick some emails or something to Muskie, see if he can bring something along for us.
Yeah, bloody oath. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah,
bloody awesome.
Yeah, he can bring his SpaceX arm here.
Yeah, he can just do the old Starlink flyover, like the big train going across there. People love that.
Yes, yeah. I have to say though, thank God for Starlink. Our internet has never been better.
Yeah, how good is it? Like I haven't used it myself, but the people that I've got family who have it, and friends, and they reckon it's absolute ripper.
Oh, it is incredible. It is incredible. No glitching, fast speed, wonderful.
It's better than our own landline internet. It sounds bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I was shocked at how good it was. Yeah, I was absolutely shocked. I knew everyone said it was better, but yeah, no comparison.
Yeah, wow. Cool. So, just going through the chat here. So, Celeste's keen to go. Look, well, I hope you do make it. When are the dates again? So, when is the dates for the Mitchell's Planet coming?
8th to the 10th of August.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's at the moment it's Friday through to Sunday. Now, if anyone is thinking of coming, accommodation does book up very quickly here. We do have some neighbouring towns, which is only half an hour drive from each of the towns to get here. But if anyone's interested in bringing up any camping or caravanning or anything, it'd probably have to be as much self-contained as you could be. We do have a toilet block and a shower block, but the council's agreed to open up the showgrounds.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we can accommodate some extra for camping and caravanning. So we do have 4 caravan parks here. So we do ask that, people support local business. But if, we understand that if you're on a really tight budget and, that's the best way that you can make sure that you can get here, we do have that option as well, that budget option.
Yep, no, that's good. So Jane's saying, what about North America, the mound builders who were giants? Oh, yes. Yep. Have you had, Two Fishes asking, have you had Mary Rodwell up there yet?
No.
No, yeah, I was going to suggest getting her up there as well. Like, she'd be good to get up there.
Yep.
Dan saying Greer's massive ego is his problem. Yep. I'll agree with that one. Mitch is saying, do you have a photo opportunity where you can look like you're being beamed up by a UFO?
Oh, that's a good. Ooh.
Yeah, making some props around there where you can take a bit of photos and stuff like that. That'd be cool.
That's really good, actually. Yeah, we'll do it.
Cool. Can I add to it? Get some laser lights into like a fog machine.
I'm thinking of who do I know who's got stuff, and I'm like, yep, that's right, we'll do it.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Oh, good.
Big UFO with laser beam going down with some fog machine lights going.
That's what we need.
That sounds cool. I like that. Dan's also asking, are you going to do a CE5 at the festival?
Yes, we're hoping to do that on the Friday night.
Oh yeah, cool. Yep. I'll be definitely
there.
I haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
I've always been keen to do it, and I've been very I don't like the term skeptical, but I've been very I don't know what you call it. I can't even think of terms now. Kind of not against it, but very critical on it. Like are they claiming satellites to be crafts? And that sort of thing there, and I haven't really seen anything very convincing or
Yeah.
overly convincing with C5.
Yeah. I've never actually I've never done it. So yeah, it's definitely going to be on the program, and at this stage it's looking like the Friday night.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep. So got that one there. Um. So yeah, no, we'll give that a go. Is CE5 the meditation group thing? Yes, it is. It's supposed to be based off your frequencies and stuff like that, and positivity and love and all sorts of stuff. And I think some people usually put a bit of music out there to try and create like a bit of a frequency sort of thing as well.
It's like the collective coming together.
Yeah.
With the same frequency, vibration, all coming together. It's I've done meditations, group meditations like that, and it can be very powerful.
Yeah. I've heard about it. I haven't done it much myself, but it seems to work wonders on some people.
Yeah. 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 I think we're gonna give it a go.
Yeah. Why not?
Mm.
Why bloody not? Sounds good to me. So look, I think we've pretty much summed it all up there with the old festival itself there. You got accommodation wise, you're obviously going to have the live bands and that on the Saturday night again. Markets on the Sunday, as usual.
Sunday, yeah, wrap it up with the markets, yeah. And then we're introducing the workshops. I've got a couple. I've got to go through the emails. We've had a couple of people that have submitted an application to run workshops. Now, the reason I've actually put it out there to just fill in a little form because we just want to make sure that the workshops that people want to run are in alignment with our audience, with what it is that we want. And also if anyone's got any ideas of what they would like to see more, either put a comment on our Facebook page or, there is a contact us link on the website that they can put their ideas in there. Where was I going with that? Oh, one of the workshops ladies is an editor, and she's actually going to have some space for people to, many people want to write books about their experiences.
Yep.
And so she helps people self-publish.
Oh, yeah.
So she's going to run a workshop about, how to capture your information, some tips on writing and also understanding self-publishing.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. That's going to be good. One's, where'd you go? Celeste is asking, do you have any speakers lined up yet?
Yes, I do. Let me have a little look
at my list. Are you allowed to mention names yet?
Let me just have a quick look. I'll have a look at this last text that I got through.
Well, if you must know, Celeste, at this point I am going up, so I probably will be one of the speakers up there. So.
We've got I think I can say this. We've got confirmed speakers.
Yeah.
So we've got Rowan Bowe.
Oh yeah, Bo's coming back up.
Yep, she's coming. Roger Stankovic.
Oh yeah, cool.
Grant Lovick.
Yep, nice.
Lee Phillips and Lynn Rule, and also let me just check and make sure I know I've got two phones going here. Sorry. And Karen Swain.
Yeah, nice. Cool. I think I might have told you about Grant Lovack there last time there, and did you reach out to him? Did you or?
Yeah, Bo's been helping me.
Ah, nice, awesome.
Yeah,
good on her.
Yeah, so she's come on board as she's really helping with the C-Files Forum this year. Yep. Her partner Alex is going to be emceeing because unfortunately Ben's not able to make it this year, which is a bit sad. It's the first year that he hasn't been able to make it for us.
Yeah.
So but I'm sure he'll be back up again.
Yep. No,
which will be fine. Yeah. Yeah. So it's really good that Alec and Bo have stepped up for me.
No, that's awesome. That's good. There's a few good names there. Especially getting Roger up there. That'll be good. I want to try and get him on the podcast at some point there and pick his brain and throw some things out in there that I'm not agreeing with. But anyway,
Healthy conversation.
Yeah, healthy conversation. You know, it's like, hey, what's going on here, mate? Anyway.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's really good.
But no, it's gonna be good. Like Grant's good. For people who don't know who Grant ℂ𝔸𝕃𝕃 is, he's been hammering the Australian governments there, trying to find information on what they're trying to be, or what are they doing in the background there regarding UFOs and such like that. You know, he's got his own channel there on YouTube. Go check him out. Very informative stuff there, and he's doing some great work. Rowan Bowe, I've had her on the podcast as well. She's absolutely lovely. She was up there last time on the anniversary there. She's a lovely lady. Good to see she's actually helping out though. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm very, very appreciative that she has offered her help. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's great. I wasn't sure. I think who was the other lady? You said in Lynn Rule.
Yep.
That sounds familiar. I think I might have seen her somewhere. I can't think where though. But no, that'd be good. No, it's good. Like, so like obviously people listening now, you know, they're obviously open to speakers there. So if you want to come up there and have the opportunity to go and speak to, you know, hundreds of people over the weekend there and share your encounters, your stories, your research, whatever you do that's involved in the whole UFO concept there, by all means, if you've got something there to go and share, I'm guessing I'd love to hear your story.
And also, if any of the speakers have books or, you know, if there's anything they want to promote for themselves, they're most welcome to bring it along and you know, any of their merchandise, their books, you know, obviously promote like you have your podcast. Like, yeah. So it's all about sharing.
Yeah,
is what absolutely. The whole weekend is. It's all about helping each other.
Yeah. Oh, another name too, Jane Puller. I think I mentioned her last time to you there. Have you gone into contact with her at all?
I'm just trying to think. Was she on the email stream? I'm pretty sure. I haven't heard back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No, she's a lovely lady too. She's got a very interesting story, so it should be absolutely great to have up there as well. Has Peter Crew been up there? Yeah, he was there last time there, Dan.
I haven't heard back. I did. I emailed him. I haven't heard back from him yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might try and reach out for him. For you.
Yeah. No, that'd be good if you could. I'll just get through the middle of this week with work, and then I'll get back into the emails. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You know, Peter Crew was up there last year, and awesome story there. I've had him on the podcast as well, so go check out his episode on that one there.
Yeah.
Very interesting, very informative. Oh, and another one is now I've lost his name now. I just had it then. Oh geez, never blank. I hate that. I love that. Like, you know, you think of something and you can't even think of it.
Yep. Then it goes. Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But if anyone's got suggestions, just send them through, and we'll do our best.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of those researchers there. Simpson, I can't think of his name is. Oh, bloody hell. He's been researching into the Frank Valentich phenomena there, where, you know, with guy flew over from Melbourne down to Tasmania there, and then he's on the radio there saying something's flying around his aircraft there, and he's just disappeared. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, wow, what the hell's happened there? You know. He's very informative. I'll send some names to you anyway and try and get them up there as well.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So Two Fish is saying there's a new Whitley Strieber interview on the YouTube channel Area 52. I don't know what's regarding. They're not sure. How put off on Rogan was pretty good. Joe Rogan, try to get Joe Rogan over. That'd be good.
How great would that be? Come on, Rogan, you come over to Australia for a holiday.
Bloody oath. How would that be?
Yeah,
eh?
no, that was a really, really good interview, wasn't it? Did you watch it?
No, I haven't, no.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Yep.
It was great.
I've got to say, a lot of his stuff is good. So, like, if you did get him over, I hope you're going to allow for the whole day, because his podcasts, like his episodes, go for like 3 hours at minimum.
Oh yeah, but you know, you don't feel like it's captivating. It is.
Yeah, it goes really well, doesn't it? I don't know how he does it.
Oh, I think he just loves it, doesn't he? He just shows he loves it. Yeah.
I just don't know how he has the time for it though.
That's how successful people are, busy. But he's I think he's, and also I think one thing is too, he's just you can tell he's a genuinely good guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can just tell. Yeah.
just easy to talk with, and just things
Yeah.
just roll out. It's bloody awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I can't think of everything else to really sort of cover the festival
Hmm.
there. I think everything's covered. Like, yeah, combination wise, make sure you get in quick because it's going
Yep.
to be going up very quickly. I suppose. Yeah, any information or details, or if you got something there to go and share and whatnot, obviously get onto Thea. So Thea, give us a spiel of where we can contact you and
Okay,
stuff.
so we've got our so like we are going to rebrand to Australian UFO Festival, but I've left it too late this year. So we'll keep Cardwell UFO Festival because we've still got the clunky old website. So just excuse the clunky old website, but you can still go there to get onto the contact form on there. So it's cardwellufofestival.com.au. If you want to email me directly, it's Thea, so THEA at cardwellufofestival.com.au. And then we've got our Facebook page, which is Cardwell UFO Festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll be throwing the links there on the thingos
Yeah.
here anyway on the
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
episode.
And then we're working on the Australian UFO Festival website, but we're not going to worry about that till this year's over with, and then we'll transfer everything over onto there. And I'm pretty sure there is a member list, like a newsletter list to join on the Cardwell UFO Festival. So if people want to fill that out, because we'll be releasing the tour tickets to our members list first before we put it out to the wider public, because they sell very quickly. And so we really want to make sure that it's our visitors that come that have the opportunity while they're here, because they'll probably never get back here again to actually experience that. Whereas our locals, I mean, we can put a few tours on through the year and take our locals around. So we really want to make sure that our people that come for the weekend really experience the whole weekend.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
No, I think that'd be absolutely awesome, and that's what people want to really experience, don't they? Yeah, they want the whole deal.
Yeah.
No, look, that's awesome. Look, like I said, I'll leave the details there to contact you in the show notes here. And obviously I'll keep in touch with you. What's going on? If send names over, and if anyone else has suggestions, obviously on who they want to go and see at the festival there, by all means, drop some more names down, and either myself or throw them at Thea directly. Either way.
Yeah, that's right. And there is one more thing I just thought, and I've never done this publicly before and asked, but if anyone has anyone who they think might like to be a sponsor or help financially in any way to the festival, also reach out to me, because we're looking for sponsors as well.
Yeah, beauty, absolutely, yeah. Look, like I was saying before, like the more money you can sort of gain as for budget wise makes things a lot better, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Like it makes a lot more adventurous, I suppose.
Yes.
For the festival.
We can add more things to the schedule, so to the program.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's awesome. Cool. Righto. Well, thank you very much for joining me tonight, and hopefully we can get this out there and get some more people coming along and join this wonderful festival that is Cardwell itself.
Thank you.
No, that's no worries at all. Also, people who don't know where Cardwell is exactly, it's between Cairns and Townsville, so dead center just about. It's like 2 hours each way.
Yep.
That's beautiful. I also do have a video coming up from our adventures there for the 10-year anniversary there, so I should hopefully get that back up there eventually. Get working on that and then get that released, because I lost it and then I found it and I lost it and then I found it again, and things are just going haywire with shit everywhere.
It'd be really good to have a look at and remember, when you guys are up here, that'd be really good.
Yeah, no, it's good. It was absolutely wonderful. All right, thanks again. Fantastic having you on here, and thanks again, and I'll see you in August.
Yep, see ya.
No worries. All right, catch you later. Thanks, Yeah. Right, guys, thanks for joining me. It's absolutely wonderful having you here again for another podcast here. I should be looking that way. But it's great being back on here. I should hopefully try and get some episodes happening at some point soon. Just trying to work between work and family and juggle in between and whatnot. So either way, guys, thanks for joining me again tonight. Absolutely wonderful having you here, joining me in the comments here. It's good to see you, and all the best for when we come back up to next podcast, I suppose. So yeah, again, guys, thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like and share and whatnot's where it goes off to. I'm losing myself here now. I'm going to stop rambling. Lovies and leavies and all the best, guys. And till next time, eh? And we'll see you on the next Encounters Down Under Live. Thanks again, guys. Till then. Ciao.